AI is moving so incredibly fast, right? It's giving us these amazing new tools, but it's also opening up some frankly terrifying new risks. So, that's the big question. How do we secure the future of AI before it's too late? Let's get into it. So, here's the journey we're going to take today. First, we're going to look at the new and pretty dangerous backdoors that AI is creating. Then we'll see how the industry is fighting back. After that, we'll dive into how AI is being made tougher from the inside out. And finally, we'll zoom out and look at the push for global safety standards.
All right, let's start with the heart of the problem. The very same innovation that makes AI so powerful is also, unfortunately, creating brand new ways for things to go wrong. And this isn't some academic discussion. Hackers are already on it.
So let me ask you this, and really think about it. That new AI tool you downloaded, the one that helps with your emails or writes code, could it secretly be a gaping security hole into your most private data? The answer, unsettlingly, is yeah, it could be.
And I'm not talking about some far-off sci-fi problem. This is happening as we speak. Let's break down two very recent, very high-profile security breaches that show exactly what is at stake today.
So what we have here are two totally different ways that AI security can fail. On one hand, you have the Vercel breach. In that case, an employee installed a third-party AI tool that was secretly loaded with malware. Bam! Attackers had a backdoor right into their internal systems. But then you have the Lovable leak, which was an internal mistake, a screw-up that accidentally exposed private user info, including source code. So one was a direct attack, the other was an accident. But you know what? Both were incredibly damaging.
So what does damaging actually mean in dollars and cents? Well, for Vercel, it meant a $2 million ransom demand. Yeah, these aren't minor hiccups. They have massive, massive financial consequences.
Okay, so that's the scary part. But the good news is, faced with these brand new threats, the tech industry is not just sitting around. They are actively and collectively starting to strike back. And this response has a name: Project QuiltWorks. This thing is a huge deal. It's led by the cybersecurity giant CrowdStrike, but look who's backing them. AI heavyweights like OpenAI and Anthropic. Their entire mission is to proactively hunt down and patch these vulnerabilities in the most advanced AI systems, and it's already up and running worldwide.
Now, you'll notice QuiltWorks focuses on what are called frontier models. So what does that mean? Well, think of a frontier model as the absolute bleeding edge of AI, the most powerful, most capable models in existence. They're so advanced that their very existence can uncover totally new and unexpected security holes. And that's precisely why a targeted project like this is so critical.
But getting the big companies to work together is only one part of the solution. The other, arguably more fundamental fight is happening on a micro level, deep inside the AI models themselves. It's all about building them to be safer and tougher from the ground up.
And this really isn't just about building a digital firewall around the AI. It's about making the core of the AI itself stronger. It's like you don't just want a strong lock on your door, you want the door itself to be made of steel. And to see this in action, we can look right at the security test OpenAI ran on its upcoming model, GPT-5.5.
OpenAI basically put this new model through an intense security gauntlet. First, they looked at known exploits, like a specific jailbreak technique that was found by the UK's AI Safety Institute. Second, they absolutely hammered it with stress tests, trying to force it to misuse things like dangerous biochemical data. And third, and this is the key part, they made sure the vulnerabilities were actually fixed before even thinking about releasing it.
So, how did it do? Well, the results are actually pretty fascinating. The model's built-in safeguards held up, even against attempts to generate that dangerous info. They found zero evidence of it trying to sabotage itself or leak data. So the final verdict was no catastrophic risk identified. This right here is what hardening AI from within really looks like in practice.
Okay, so we've gone from the problem to the industry's response to the nitty-gritty of internal model safety. Now, let's pull the camera all the way back and look at the biggest picture of all: the global push to create one single rulebook for AI safety.
And you can see a really clear progression here. It started with pioneering work at the national level, like Singapore's AI Verify framework. That foundational work is now the basis for a huge new proposal to the ISO. That's the International Organization for Standardization, with the ultimate goal of creating a unified standard for safer AI for everyone. This proposed standard, ISO/IEC 40119-8, is a massive step forward. It would be the first ever global standard designed specifically for testing generative AI systems. It's being championed by Singapore, builds on their work, and it even comes with a starter kit for developers. This is how we start to move from a kind of Wild West of AI development to a world with some common, sensible rules of the road.
So, from the initial shock of these security breaches, we've seen this powerful, multi-layered response unfolding. Proactive industry groups, intense internal model testing, and now the groundwork for global safety standards. It's safe to say the race to secure our AI-powered future is officially on.
But all of this leads us to one final and pretty critical question. AI isn't standing still, right? It is evolving at a pace we've never seen before. So, with all that in mind, can our best efforts, our new rules, our coalitions, our tests, can they ever truly keep up with the threat?